Whoa! Was that a bird? Was it a plane? No, it's just a little drying off from the trek through the mysterious waters of Scorpio, where we now walk a pathway towards a limitless fire that encircles the house of the ninth house of the Zodiac, the traveler, Sagittarius. Later in the video, we will take a look at some conditional objects that may fuel the fire of this vibrant astrological sign. But who is Sagittarius? As the ninth house of the zodiac, Sagittarius is the third and final of the signs associating with the element of fire. Taking span over the degrees of 240 to 270 degrees, Sagittarius transits the calendar period of November 23rd to December 21st. In Greek mythology, Sagittarius is represented by the half-man, half-horse centaur, Chiron. As a skilled archer, it is believed that Chiron mentored Achilles in the art of archery that was later used during the historic Trojan War. Sagittarians are known as educated leaders with a level of intelligence that bridges the gap between earth and heaven. In addition to the fiery energy they share with Aries and Leo, they are also the last of the mutable signs behind Gemini and Virgo. The Sagittarian mutability allows for changes between violence and wisdom, as well as the ability to be either brave or wild. As a worldly adventurer, Sagis possess inspirational energy, and it is this energy that inspires us to dream big and take on the realms of impossibility, braving the riskier sides of life. Sagittarians are always on a quest for knowledge and take launch at many pursuits and use their blazing arrows, allowing for an array of adventures through the worlds of geography, intellect, and spirituality. They are born travelers, and their correlation to the concept of travel is not solely based in the physical, as they are expeditious in matters of thought, love, and spirit. Basically, no corner of this world or life is off limits to this wanderlusting archer. The traveling nature of Sagittarius can most likely take some credit for fostering the literary work and mind of Mark Twain, a Sagittarian whose novel, The Adventure of Tom Sawyer, which as the title would suggest, is a literal account of the fictitious protagonist, Tom Sawyer, who, with his friend Huckleberry Finn, sought out many adventures. In addition to his own account of travel, Mark Twain later gave the reins to Huck Finn, as he played protagonist in the appropriately titled Mark Twain novel, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Mark Twain used his Sagittarian energy to successfully travel through the thoughts in his mind to create these great literary works that we read to this very day. Fueled by their adaptable and flexible mutability, Sagis are great storytellers with stories that are ever colorful, attributing to the connection to Jupiter, where they pull from the energy of abundance, spontaneity, and growth. And their great storytelling ability is usually quite near, as they commonly pull from the stories of their own life. Prime example, Taylor Swift. Hey Swifties! Another Sagittarius, made a name for herself by recreating her own life experiences through her music. A lot of her earlier work was dressed in personal experiences that were quite relatable to many of those in her supporting fan base, thus allowing for her massive music career. I mean, to this day, she is still blown up the spots of many men that she has personally dated. Oh, dear Taylor, sometimes you have to embrace the fact that it's not always them. Take a look in the mirror, boo. It could be you. I'm just saying. But I digress. Sagittarians attract many friends, as most of them have a great sense of humor, a fact that I have firsthand experience with, as my mother, a Sagittarian, made for quite a silly ride for me and my siblings. My mother is a consummate goofball. Sagis light up any room they are in, as they are comedians of the zodiac and possess an infectious laugh. You'll know a Saggy is in the room by the laugh alone. They have quite the boisterous laugh. believe me. Oh, and those Saggies I know that this is true. Y'all probably laughing right now. We'll give you a second. Okay, you're done. There is a great attachment to blunt repartee, as Saggies often have a hard time tailing their sharp tongues. Their sharp tongue is blamed on the idea that they know everything, when in fact they don't, and should show caution to this, as they can come off as pretentious and arrogant. Hey, you don't know Ish. Y'all don't know Ish. I'm just kidding. This is an offense that Nicki Minaj, another Sagittarian, is quite guilty of. I mean, her facial expressions alone are legendary and speak to someone who is known to just know it all and arrogant. And let's not forget the shade she threw at Miley Cyrus on some MTV stage. You don't know what I'm talking about? Well, go ahead and look it up. It's quite iconic and hilarious, especially when Miley had to compose herself to finish the show, all beat red and everything. The sharp tongue of a Saggy. Ain't nobody scared of you. Over there threatening Miley. Really? Sagittarius represents that period in life between the ages of 56 to about 63, where there is a connection to the period in life where one moves from the responsibilities of children and career to a more freer self that is optimistic in search of the better things in life. They push the principles of honesty and strong ethics on others as well as themselves. And though they are famously quite positive, they will often find discord and disagreement with those that don't share in their expressive ideals and beliefs. As said before, they can be quite arrogant to a point where they feel that the way they see things is the way everyone should see things. But honestly, in my opinion, this is a feeling a lot of us possess and carry on, Sagittarian or not. As eternal students, like those Geminis, they are in search of knowing more about the world through understanding and through their love of animals and nature. Their travel through learning is usually accompanied by a co pilot. Sagittarians romantically seek lovers that will be just as adventurous and resenting of boundaries as they are. And their circle of friends may also possess a certain rejection to societal values, as Sagittarians need constant motion beyond the parameters of boundaries that are set and move to where they are free to search out higher truths. The always expressive Sagittarian is considered a legendary traveler, as said before, and this energy should be welcoming to the right lover and circle of friends, as this support will encircle this Sagittarian energy, allowing for some grounding and that constant need for physical travel. But remember, they are always in search of new ways to travel and express, even if it's only mental, or maybe even changing their hair color or wardrobe. So if you do get an opportunity to ground a Sagittarian, just remember they may not physically travel, but they will still be traveling in their mind. Just be sure to have your passport ready, though, and have it at the ready, because don't be surprised if your more physically settled Sagittarian walks in the door a totally different person, as this energy is always up for the rides of life to limitless bounds. Another example of this would relate to the experience that is Disney World. If you've been to this massive experience, then you know of the variety that is available, as it is quite vast and honestly indicative of a Sagittarian energy and mindset. But, fun fact, its founder, the late Walt Disney, was a Sagittarian himself. So, this ongoing juggernaut of a project known as Disney World is his imagination exploding at a great level, and it is still growing to this day. So, I guess the whole Disney thing would make sense, being that he was a Sagittarian. With the philosophy that the sky's the limit, This mutable fire sign, whose symbolic archer takes roots on Jupiter, promoting intuition and waving a flag that states, I philosophize, may take need to tame their fires with certain stones, like turquoise. Turquoise can protect a Saggy energy from desire to be violent and catastrophic, while the emerging properties of amethyst will inspire understanding, especially when coming to terms that everyone won't adopt their philosophies of life. Citrine is also helpful as citrine will help in connecting the attributes between lower and higher selves. However, the Sagittarius home, clothing, or surroundings and their travels will draw on inspiration from colors like denim blue. Y'all go ahead and get y'all some Daisy Dukes now. Beige or bronze. Nature is also helpful, and Sagittarians may want to slow from time to time to smell the roses, or more specifically, those born between November 22nd and November 21st can draw from the qualities of reed, while those born between November 25th and December 21st can seek out the inspiration of elder. And then lastly, those born during the winter solstice, which is the cusp period on or around December 21st and on, should seek out you. Not you, but you. You. In addition to the qualities of trees and shrubs, plants are quite inspiring as well and can help to flood the home with inspiration, such plants like asparagus or chestnuts and soybeans. Sagittarians may be too busy traveling to sit down and listen to some music, but keys or compositions that contain B flat major or A minor can be helpful in focusing that erratic Sagittarian energy. And though you are always in search of a romantic bond, you may find that you are drawn to the comparable energy of the flip flop Gemini, the childlike Aries, the grounded Taurus, and the ever mysterious Virgo. But if all fails, you can always rely on the like energy of other fellow Saggies, or simply travel vicariously through the journeys of some of your famous compadres, like American writer and humorist Mark Twain, American singer, songwriter, and comedian Bette Midler, famed martial artist and screen legend Bruce Lee, Nutbush resident, the leggy music icon Tina Turner, other half of the Migos, and Cardi's on again, off again man, Offset, country to pop crossover artist, singer, songwriter Taylor Swift, raptress, the colorfully expressive Nicki Minaj, Hollywood actor, and turkey between the Jennifer and Angelina sandwich, well, not anymore, Brad Pitt, the mysterious singer-songwriter swinging from a chandelier near you, Sia, newly crowned billionaire and king to Queen Bee, Jay-Z, and of course the circus, the artist, the icon, Britney Spears, as well as many others. And with that, we are brought to a close on Sagittarius. Did what you hear make sense? Did you hear anything new, or have you heard it all before? Either way, it would be great if you pounded that like button and also be sure to share with friends. And of course, if you want to hear more from what this channel has to offer, be sure to go ahead and subscribe and follow. And don't forget to put on notifications so that you will be first in line when a new video is released. Stay tuned to more in-depth interpretations as we look at the astrological signs on a deeper level. And be sure to be on the lookout for our Sagittarian series, where we take travel with each centaur individually. Can we uncover new things about your being or your personality, Sagittarian? Stay tuned and find out. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates and information. And remember, the stars are always watching.